Hey folks, how's it going?
It's the Sarah and Brian show.
With Sarah and Brian. Where are we, baby?
We are currently in Dallas, Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas. Actually, Dallas is kind of in the north. Whatever.
You know.
So here's what's going on today. I'm leaving.
On a jet plane.
That's right, I'm out of here. I'm heading to California for a gig. Now, I don't know how long you've been following us or how aware you are of us, but Sarah and I, for several years, have spent very little time apart. like you can count.
We can count on one hand, 3 times apart, depending on when you count our full-time travels.
So, she went to Argentina. You were in Argentina. She left me, folks. She left me for... Why were you in Argentina?
Dancing tango.
We were apart for a couple days because our flights didn't sync up going from Florida to California. And then I had a California gig in February. And that's it, man. Several years. That's it. We travel together. We live together. We have a baby together. We
work together.
We work together. We do everything. So it's going to be unusual. So here's the premise for today's episode of Sarah and Brian.
Filming for my end, filming for your end.
And filming for my end. So here's the thing, right? I'm not gonna know what she's filming. I'm not gonna know what she's up to. She's not gonna have any idea what I'm doing in California. And at the end, we're just gonna put those two pieces together like a big old Sarah and Brian puzzle. You see what I'm saying? Is that about right?
That's about right.
It feels so weird to be leaving. I don't want to leave you and the baby. This is what we do for a living. From time to time, we have to be separated. This is it, baby. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Or don't do anything I would do.
Yeah, that would be the better option. So I know it's dumb, I just dropped Brian off at the airport, but already I'm driving away, trying to go find something fun to do, and I'm already missing him. We're so sappy, it's ridiculous. So there's times that you just want comfort food, you crave comfort food. And there's one that I haven't had in a very long time that I've been craving for the last 2 weeks. I've been restraining myself. And I think now that Brian's out of town, Mr. Lactose Intolerant, I'm gonna go ahead and make it. Glorified macaroni and cheese recipe. It's a shells and cheese with sausage. Since learning about this recipe from a college friend, it was one of the meals we used to kind of gorge on when we were in the middle of midterms or finals or some big... This one takes a lot of cheese, Brian King, so I'm glad you're not around. So these are our basic ingredients. We have our gluten-free penne, since I couldn't find my shells and cheese. We're going to cook that up. We're going to make some Italian sausage and onions together. We're going to thicken it with a nice sauce that's pretty much made out of just milk, cornstarch, and I'm adding a little butter. I don't remember if we did that before when I was a student, but that's what I'm doing, and hopefully it'll come out great. I really miss Brian King. That's the onion speaking. So we have boiled, rinsed, and are now seasoning our pasta here with a little butter, because why not? Butter is great. Some salt, and I didn't have pepper, so I used some Montreal steak seasoning, which is pretty much pepper. I have the onion caramelizing. I've got our pork sausage over there browning, or as the Italians tell me, graying. We don't want to really brown it, we want to gray it. So we've made our thickener, cornstarch and water. We're just going to thicken up our sauce. It's very much like making gravy if you were doing like biscuits and gravy that had sausage in it. Not a real true cut recipe for this part. And here is our our sauce. You can see it's pretty thick there. All right, now it's time to put everything together. You're gonna throw in your caramelized onions. Very carefully pour your sauce over. And then essentially you're just gonna let this all seep in and stir it in together. And now for the part that keeps Brian King away. This is 32 ounces of cheese shredded that just is gonna go right on the top. Just a nice thick layer. All right, so that's what it looks like before it goes in the oven. I just put it for 375. Everything's already cooked, so you just really want that cheese on top to melt. Ooh, it's looking good. So here it is in all its cheesy goodness.
Brian here. I'm in my hotel room in Victorville, California. And yeah, I'm all by myself. They gave me 2 beds. I don't know why. Maybe I'll jump from one to another. I'm in Victorville for a gig. I have a speaking gig tomorrow. It's a one-shot gig, and it's not paying a ton of money, so I couldn't afford to bring Sarah and the kid with me, so I'm here by myself. Being in Victorville has got me filled with emotions and memories. This town, just a couple blocks from here, is where I gave my first talk as a public speaker almost 8 years ago. It's a weird thing when you look back on nearly a decade of your life. I've been in the pursuit of one single activity. Prior to that, I was a new stand-up comedian on the scene. I got a phone call one day, and that phone call basically amounted to a 20-minute discussion saying, "Hey, you're a comedian. You also have a PhD." Yes, I do. Yeah, I'm a comedian and I have a PhD. Well, how'd you like to be a public speaker? And my life was forever changed as a result of that phone call. I traveled the world. I traveled the country. I met so many people. I got the opportunity to meet Sarah. Truth is, I don't really remember our first meeting. I was giving a seminar in Gainesville, Florida, and Sarah was in the audience that day. She says that she came up to ask me a question. I answered it, but every day in my seminars, I would encourage people to add me on Facebook, and Sarah took me up on that offer, and she added me on Facebook. Eventually, we got to meet each other again in person, and this time, of course, I remember it completely. That's the beginnings of my relationship, and the beginnings of my relationship with Sarah, and of course, with my relationship with Sarah, then changing my life completely once again. I guess what I'm saying is, memories I have associated with being in this city have changed my life completely. And not just in the ways that they were originally changed, but now my life is even further changed because now I have this wonderful partner and this beautiful baby. And I get to travel the world with them. And I love them. And I miss them. So I know I'm in a desert out here, but wow, it is scorching hot. I'm here today because, first of all, mental health is really important to me. I'm not exactly a model of physical health by any means, but as far as mental health is concerned, dealing with stress, coping with adversity, overcoming depression, anxiety, and so forth, I actually have a fair amount of insight in that work.
So Dr. King is an acclaimed public speaker, a comedian, believe it. So we want him. And actually, that's what we want to hear up here, stand-up comedy. We'll have Dr. King share us.
Because I'm a psychologist and I talk about different subjects, but I'm also pretty funny. People always get me to close out conferences and workshops and all that stuff. So I'm pleased to report that I kind of killed. I had a good time. It was awesome. are you?
Good.
What'd you do while I was gone?
Took care of a baby.